Why aren't you sober yet? I know a lot of people always get asked that, and people will hint around and, hey, why don't you get sober one day? Maybe they know you have a problem. Maybe you know you have a problem, but why aren't you sober yet is one of those questions that I think that this is really the answer to. If you're new to the channel, hit the like and subscribe button. What's up, guys? My name is Eric, and I'm a recovering cocaine and alcoholic addict. I'm not a doctor, counselor, therapist, any of that. I just share a lot of my experiences for the ones out there struggling. And why aren't you sober yet is a question that, especially as an addict, when we are in active addiction, our life might not even be ruined yet. People will ask us, why aren't you sober yet? Or maybe we brought up before that, I think I might be an addict, or maybe I should get sober. And people will start to ask you those questions as your life declines. And if you know, you know. And why aren't you sober yet? This is why I think. Because you're not ready. You're not there yet. Because I get it. I know what it's like to be an addict. And man, when you start your addiction, it's fun. You don't even realize you're starting your addiction. Maybe you're drinking a little bit more than what your friends are. Who knows? Maybe you're throwing in some Coke. You're just doing it a little bit more than your friends are, man. And this is a party. This is fun, dude. You're hooking up with different women. I mean, when I got into my addiction, I didn't go into this going, oh, I'm going to be an addict. I got into this because it was fun and because it gave me this big personality, because it took away my anxiety. It gave me self-worth. It made me think I had a lot of friends. It made me think that my life was amazing. And I won't forget. I mean, it got to the point all of a sudden I'm doing 1 to 2 8 balls of cocaine a day. I'm drinking 2 to 3 fifths of vodka a day. I'm having sex a couple times a day with different beautiful women, just nonstop, having a roster that just is constantly full and constantly rotating. And I'm making tons of money at work. I mean, I remember driving to work one day and go, you know what, it's not going to get any better than this, and eventually it's going to get worse. And at that time, I knew somewhere in me that I was an addict. And I even at that time had people ask me, why aren't you sober, dude? Are you ever going to get sober? But I knew that it was coming eventually, and it did. And you're sober because you're not there yet. You're not there yet to get on that journey for sobriety. You're not mentally there, man. You haven't hit rock bottom. And it's okay. But I can tell you this, it's almost coming eventually when you start asking yourself, man, why ain't I sober yet? Because you know that it's coming, and eventually it does come. And unfortunately, when it's time for us to get sober, and why we aren't sober yet is because we haven't hit rock bottom. We haven't lost marriages, jobs, all of our money. We haven't gambled it all away, slept it all away. We haven't torched everybody. We have no friends left because we've lied to them all. We've manipulated them all. We can't even find a job. Nobody will even let us crash on the couch anymore. All of it has been taken from us, and we are alone. You haven't hit that point yet where you are alone, you are broken, you feel defeated by life, and you're like, I don't know what else to do, but maybe if I get sober, maybe if I stop doing this, maybe it will get better. Not everybody ever gets there. And I share this because maybe somebody's at that point and you need to hear this because, dude, you know it's coming. And I can tell you this. I know what it was like to have all of this money and to lose that job. And then to find another job still in active addiction that still would have paid me a ton of money. To be sleeping with the 19-year-old receptionist, to the 23-year-old business manager, to my wife, to another friend of ours that was the same age as my wife, to a couple of the saleswomen that I worked for, to a couple older women. I mean, I literally was sleeping with people nonstop. I could afford all the Coke and alcohol that I wanted to. I lived in a beautiful place, and I torched it and lost it all, and it just all burned away to the point where I destroyed my marriage. I lost everybody who was in my life. I was broke. It all was taken from me, and I had to hit that point where I go, I've hit this before, and why do I keep hitting this? And you know what? The only thing that had always been the common denominator was Coke and alcohol. And it's amazing. Once I stopped that, once I finally did get sober, man, I can tell you this, it wasn't right away. It took a lot of time. It took a lot of work. But I have a beautiful house now. I have a wonderful wife. I have a wonderful family that I would have never had. Wonderful career. Travel a ton. I mean, I love my life. I would not trade my life for anything. And some of you you're not there yet. And you can't force anybody to be there. You can't push anybody to be there. We as an addict have to be there ourselves. We have to have so much pain that we are screaming for a solution. And then we start it. And it's a beautiful nightmare. And it's a fight. And it's one day at a time. And you start going through withdrawals. And you start going through so much pain. to unravel all the damage you did in life. And eventually you look back and go, it was the best decision I ever made. And that's why I share. Because maybe somebody will watch one of these videos and go, dude, it's time for me. This is it. I need to do it right now. And they start that journey. If you haven't hit the like and follow button, hit the like button, hit comment down below. Because I feel that the more that we share, the more that we let people know that they're not alone. Let people know that they are understood. Let people know that, dude, I understand that you're not ready to be sober yet. Because that's what I think makes a difference. And for the one going through it, I believe in you. Trust me, it's going to get a lot better.